Yeah.
Yay, we're live.
Yeah.
Yo, you always got the audience with you, like
Yeah.
He's
always.
the ultimate ad libber in the back.
Yeah.
Yo. What's up, Tim?
He's literally
Oh,
he's
man.
dancing over here in the corner. Hey, I cannot.
I'm so excited. All right, we're getting ourselves situated, guys. Those of you tuning in, so hang tight. We're kind of running a little behind. It's been a long day.
It's been a long week for Jay and I, but we're happy to be here with y'all.
Yes.
You know, we ready to keep it moving and
Grooving.
grooving. Friday night.
You see, you know.
Don't mind me and my sports bra. We having a casual night out here.
It really is. It's definitely a super chill, laid back night for me because I been like I'm renovating my basement. So like all day today I've been like packing shit, like looking at like whatchamacallit, looking at stuff and I'm like, toss it. I want to throw it all away.
Like that Marie Kondo show.
Yes. I'm so over it.
Does this
yeah.
spark joy?
Huh?
That's what she says. Does this spark joy?
I look at it like, I know like with clothes, because you know sometimes we kind of excessively shop. So like I'll look at clothes, and if I haven't worn it in a year, that means I didn't wear it for 4 seasons, and I'm like, that's if you didn't make the cut during this year,
you're probably not making the cut next year. But you know what? That can be tricky though, because sometimes you be finding that vintage something or other. You're like, I wore that years and years ago. Would I bring that back later?
Is this coming back?
It's like chances are probably not, but you want to convince yourself.
Yeah, or I have the stuff where I'm like, well, maybe I'll lose like 10 pounds and fit back into it, and then
right. Maybe I'll transform myself at some point in time.
I'll go back to my high school weight.
Right. And then chances are you probably will want to buy something new if that time happens. So
that's so true. You're like, nothing fits. I need a whole new wardrobe.
Exactly.
I feel it. Well, I'm glad to get started. We're gonna rock out for whatever we need to rock out. We're probably gonna have a short night tonight. I know I say that often. I do say that often, and then we don't have a short night.
We do be saying.
But you know, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's an open mic, and it's kind of like one of those things. It's like it's a free for all. So, but I'm excited. We had like some bad news that we heard, right? What was the news?
Oh yes. We just got news right before we went live that everybody's favorite Supreme Court Justice, the lady Ruth Bader Ginsburg, also known as RBG, has just passed away. For those who don't know, highly recommend you all watch this movie called On the Basis of Sex, that is based off of RBG's initial years before she was a Supreme Court justice, when she was just a lawyer, because you really get to see how the differences she made. She was definitely always fighting the good fight. She went through countless surgeries and cancers and everything, and she was always got back to the court and always stood up for what she believed in, which happens to be what most of us believe in, which is pro-woman, pro-LGBTQ, pro-minority, all that jazz. So we definitely got to give it up for the lady RBG tonight. And that just makes this coming election that much more important.
I know. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote.
Because without her, Supreme Court it's a lifelong position. So we were just talking about that. So we don't want that to fall in the wrong hands. It can be dangerous to the public. It can be really dangerous to the public, and it's scary as hell. Like, fuck, I know everybody says fuck 2020, and I'm always like, it's not fuck 2020 because it's not just about this year. It's about a culmination of things that have created this year. You know,
Seriously.
ignoring climate change and a bunch of other stuff too. So it's not just fuck 2020. However, fuck 2020 though. 'Cause
So 2020 is out of line. Like it's like that kid that just will not sit the fuck down and just chill. Like, can't you just sit down 2020 for a second and just relax? Just relax. Like, can we like really live? Like,
chill out, smoke something, relax. But like really,
everybody needs a spliff, a nice.
it's also like a lot of people, you know, I am not a conspiracy theorist at all. I'm big on science and facts. However,
I love a good conspiracy.
but people be saying, you know, that the Mayan calendar said 2012 and it was read wrong. And
Yo, I saw a meme about that. Like,
we're approaching 2021, and you know, like I said, I'm big on science and facts, but it really makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder. I mean, we got a pandemic, we got wildfires across the board, we got hurricanes across the board, we have civil unrest across the board.
I gotta give a shout out to Jody Knowles from Luminous Minds. She's over in Seattle, and she's we've been in a lot of conversations of doing some work together. I'm really looking forward. October is gonna be a very big month. But big shout out to her because I had a Zoom call with her last week, and she's in Seattle. So she was telling me how they were just ordered to stay indoors because the smoke from the California fire,
air pollution,
has hit Seattle. But then what's crazier is that she said that there's fires on the east side also that happens every year. So like they're literally in the middle of like all these the world's burning around them. So like shout out to Jody. I'm so glad she's still okay. Like
stay safe out there, Jody.
Stay safe out there. And those of you out there in those areas, you know, like that's got to be really scary. You know, like we don't really deal with too much of that in New York in that capacity. So, you know, my heart goes out to everybody dealing with the madness. 2020 out of control. So you ready to go through the rules and regulations?
Yeah. So, you know, as Jade said, it's looking like we'll see, but it's looking like a short night. Before I say anything else, all those tuning in, make sure you go to the Rose Garden events page on Facebook or YouTube. Get that live link and share that shit so that all your friends and family can see the wonders that you are about to give to all of us and that we are about to give to one another. Make sure you share one another. And of course, if you are watching, drop a mic in the comments. And if you drop a mic in the comments, we can get you up on the virtual stage tonight. And you can do that at any point throughout the evening. Again, it's not looking like a round two type of night. So we encourage all our performers to come through and spit their necessities. But without further ado, we're going to get right into the other rules and regulations for the evening. Starting off with on the topic of 2020 and RBG and all things big and wondrous to us all. Let's start off by saying that this is a safe space. Jay and I pride ourselves on the fact that this is a safe space. We allow anybody and everybody, age, size, color, doesn't matter. We like everybody to be able to spit their truth. And we're always amazed with the vulnerability that is given to all of us. Because we've allowed the safe space and all of our newcomers come back for that reason. So just make sure you're kind to one another, applaud one another, you know, drop a comment, drop a like, drop some emojis, let the performance, all that, so that we all know what you're thinking and what you appreciate. We are a pro-Black, pro-LGBTQ, pro everything. We really are pro everybody. So if that is not what aligns with your being, then we are not the place for you. We're gonna get the hook like at the Apollo and just wow, Jay, we did that like it looked like it worked together. All right.
That's so funny.
We got to use that in the clip. Let's talk to the editor. Anyway. So keeping it moving and grooving with the rules and regulations, we are asking that you do 5 minutes if possible. 5-minute limit if possible. If you got something a minute or two more than that, that's okay. As of right now, it's looking like we got some leeway for a little excess here. That does not mean only one piece. That does not mean only one poem. That does not mean only one song. That means that you have the ability to do more than that if you so choose. If you're not sure if you have the time, just let us know. We'll let you know how you're doing on time. Chances are you probably have the time, but just let us know. Going back to the community here, we ask that you follow one another. Jay will put the performer's information on the little bar on the bottom there with your name, your tag, the performer information. That way you can follow one another throughout the show. It's really important that we continue to expand our community. We continue to look out for one another. We continue to grow alongside of one another. And we do that by networking and using the resources that are, these open mics, these virtual open mics that we've created. And Jay, of course, will send out a master list of the names later. So if you don't get a chance to follow one another, make sure you check your email. And you can tune in for that and get all that information, save it somewhere, follow one another. We got. It's very important since we're not able to be alongside one another physically that we do it in whatever way we can. And speaking of, we like to create an interactive community with our audience. So Facebook, YouTube, share that link, share that video on your page so everybody can see. Have all your people comment. We can all see the comments, and Jay and I will click the different ones to display on the screen, get you a little shout out there, and could just keep the energy alive. We really pride and take pride in the live show aspects and the way that we can have the audience and the performers interact, even though we're not in the same space. As all of you know, Jay and I are actual event hosts and curators in real life, and we are big on audience interaction in real life, so we've definitely been trying to keep that close to us during these shows. Once again, performers, drop a mic in the comments to perform. Hey, Candace!
Hey, great Candace!
I'm in my sports bra. I'm in my sports bra here. This is a real chill night tonight. I came back from dinner. I threw my sweater off. I was like, fuck it.
You look good, girl. You look good.
I had a couple cocktails at dinner. Tim just sent Tim out to get some wine, so it was about to be a lit night as always.
Always. I can't wait to do this together. Guys, we're promise before the year ends, we're gonna do a virtual voices together in the same room.
Yes, we've been talking about it. We just gotta set it up. Jay's is a busy lady, we gotta set it up in advance.
I really am. I'm just kind of mad at myself right now as how busy I am. It's a good but it's starting to stress me out a little bit. Anyway,
it's all good.
Let's keep it moving and grooving. Let's get it started. We see y'all backstage. We're gonna invite you guys into the studio. Did you have any more rules? Oh yeah, on deck, right? Is that next?
I always forget the on deck. Yes.
All right. So when Liam V or I call you up to the stage, to the virtual stage, we're gonna say next up is such and such, but on deck is such and such number 2. So what does that mean? On deck means that you are next after the person that's about to come up. So that means it's a clue, it's a cue. Get ready, get your music ready, get your instrument ready, get your poem ready, whatever it is you need for your performance, because you are coming up. And I think that's it.
Yes, I think that's it. Yes, and speaking of musicians and such, make sure you stay close to the microphone.
Yes.
So that we can hear you. If you guys need a second to check, need a second to check, just let us know. Just be like, hey, can y'all hear me? Okay, that way we don't have to cut anybody off in the middle of the performance. All right, so Sam, how's it looking? How's it sounding, everybody? We feeling good?
Yeah, good. Welcome to the stream
Woo!
yard.
Welcome, virtual voices.
Corey's got a lamp. That's a nice lamp, Corey. Look at that. That's the smile.
Oh my gosh. This is like a real life show right now.
And he's not at work tonight. What's good?
No work here.
It's shit different this time around.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Everybody's good. Everybody's feeling good.
Yeah, y'all look good tonight.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody, as always,
you.
make sure you share the Facebook link, the YouTube link. Make sure you share it on your pages. And I think it's time to get it popping and not stopping or whatever.
Yo, she always got some new shit every time.
Growing and flowing and growing and mowing the lawn. Keep that lawn short, so that's
right.
all needed.
Let's get it. Did you want to do a piece? Do you want to start it off? You want to just get the open mic popping? Like, what's good?
No, I'm definitely down to get it popping. So as we were talking about tonight, there is I don't know, Jay, how you feeling? You wanted to start too, or should we set it off?
I guess I'm gonna do a little sexy piece.
Hey-oh. So I'm definitely down for that. I am just trying to pull up my stuff here. So we were saying earlier that RBG Rest in Peace has passed. That is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, everybody's favorite Supreme Court lady. And for those who don't know, she is behind a lot of the major law changes and progression in general of the United States, particularly for women, but also for many people. So y'all got to make sure you get out there and vote. And I have a poem. On the topic of toxic masculinity. I was thinking of doing for RBG, in the name of RBG. How does it sound for y'all?
Let's get it.
Yes, that sounds great.
So this is an older piece. This is an older piece I have called "To Find His Neruda." I think I might have wrote it when I was like 21. And it's all about toxic masculinity. And I dedicate this tonight to RBG, everybody's favorite lady. We're blessed to have her in the spirits with us and to have had her at all in our government. So we're going to pop it off then. This is To Find His Neruda. Ceasefire for a moment of feminine frequency, won't you? Won't you let the facade rest? Recognize the redemption I offer you as I'm over you, under you, atop this eternal hustle, jobs, journeys, justice, art, and a neglected heart. And who's hearing your heart? Who's hissing at your aches? Because I sense hunger, but never vulnerability. No tranquility, certainly no forbidden fragility. Sensibility, yes, but sensitivity, no. Let me bear your bones. Fuck these traditional zones, these zonings that tear too from you, that tear tender tears from your work. Why won't you let me feel you hurt? Let your guard hang low the same way your boys throw those verbal blows with force. Why is it that we fear a change in discussion? What we need is a change in that overbearing percussion. It's okay to express, and humans feel in excess, and you can still hold my interest without physical assistance. And why is it that we as women wash ourselves away in hopes that men may enter sacred space, yet men blockade in hopes that unspoken thought might simply fade? I crave crosses of your past, but you push past it. Place that brave face on and fasten that fake ferocious exterior. All I desire is to break through that deflection, that deception forming mass disaffection. Let your tears fall and I'll swallow them all. Envelop your bra when what you need is to crawl. Memorize that silent squall. I promise you, vulnerability isn't always so tall. Boy talk is no match for breath into breast, cheek against rib cage and skin like sage, seeping through third eyes, satisfying untouched feelings as we decalcify because, listen, I can unlace your kits and unlace society's dictation. Release your fists and media's unfitting persuasion. You don't need brash calls to address each occasion. Your voice can be small and still create an abrasion. Be conscious of tone. There's no need for invasion. And competitive nature does not nurse necessary salvation. Let me state that again. Competitive nature does not nurse necessary salvation. Enough with the volatile violence of volume and harsh vehemence, the victorious obsession and perpetual aggression. Lay in comfort beside me, let go of that pride for me. It's time to confide in me, love verified by me, no ulterior motives or motifs supplied by me. And with saltwater tears beside me, your machismo-ism is still testified by me. But I'm pleading for you to listen to yourself. And Neruda wrote, Yo te encontré después de la tormenta, which means I found you after the storm. And I wrote, y aquí permanecemos, which means, and here we remain.
Yeah.
Him Adaming in the background over here.
Yes.
Oh, yo, it's snapping.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody.
Fuego, fuego, fuego. You guys can unmute yourselves if you want. If you are muted. I'm sorry I had to mute y'all while she was performing. That's my girl.
Thank y'all. You know, it's with all of the gender talk that I'm learning these days, I'd be hesitant to do that poem, but I feel that it's right now. Like I was saying before, for all of y'all just tuning in, there is a movie that is based off of the initial career of RBG called On the Basis of Sex. It's a great movie. You learn all about her effects on everything. So we saying RIP to RBG all night. Let's hope the Supreme Court doesn't go to shit. Although debatably already has. But we're going to keep it moving and grooving.
That's another virtual voices.
Yeah, we'll keep that talk for another day. We're going to keep it moving and grooving. I'm feeling like Jay. I want to hear something sexy from you.
I know. You know what? I wanted to do something sexy, but like I don't know. My whole vibe just shifted. So I'm this is gonna be kind of trigger alert. So sorry guys. I don't mean to go low. But
get into it.
You know, I haven't really acknowledged this month is Suicide Awareness Month. And it's something that actually I do often. I talk about it so much that like this month it kind of like, you know, I talk about it all year long. So it kind of, I haven't really talked about it. And I have this piece that is actually going to be featured in an anthology about mental health. And it's called Proceed with Caution. And I kind of feel like maybe I just need to do it. I need to, maybe somebody out there, the reason why I changed my mind, it has nothing to do with me. Somebody out there listening to it has to.
Yeah, you never know who needs to hear it.
Yeah. So here's a stat. Just a little behind the scenes since we have a little extra time tonight. So I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder 2 years ago as an adult in my mid-30s, and which is doesn't often happen. Usually you get diagnosed in your teenage years or in your early 20s. So it was very difficult for me to go through that realization that I was going through that. And it was kind of like the rest of my life before made so much more sense. Like the pieces that didn't make sense, once I found out that that's what was going on and I learned about it, like those missing pieces were so much clearer as to why I was behaving that way or why I responded to certain situations the way that I did. So here's a little stat. It's estimated that 1.6% of the adult U.S. population has BPD, but that number may be as high as 5.9% because nearly 75% of people diagnosed with BPD are women, and men usually are misdiagnosed with PTSD when it's really BPD. So it actually could be a lot higher. There's a lot of misdiagnoses out there. And it's also very difficult to diagnose somebody with BPD because the symptoms alone are their own mental health issues in themselves. So like depression, anxiety, all of the, it's kind of like a fucking clusterfuck of mental health illnesses in one place. And yeah, so that's what I deal with sometimes. So here's a little insight of what it's like to have that and go through like a difficult mental health, mental breakdown. Caution to those that dare to venture into the wreckage of my crumbled thoughts. Thoughts that once stood tall and stronger than steel have now been torn down by mental chaos. No matter how hard they try, no one seems to really be able to understand to what it's like to want to react the right way, but instead feel like a puppet strung up on irrational thoughts. Small issues trigger big emotions to the point that I barely recognize myself when I look in the mirror. All I see is someone slowly dying from their own venom. Something that once made me so strong now attacks me in my own sanctuary. Stories of my internal battles might as well come from a mute because no one can hear the trepidation in my voice anyway. As if they're thinking to themselves, oh Lord, here goes crazy again. Telling me things like, it's not that serious, while an all-out war wages within me. The pain from being misunderstood pushes the blade in deeper. I didn't even realize I was cut until I saw the blood. Do I commit to the suicide of who I want to be, or do I keeping that imposter alive? Every breath on the fence so that I fear the release of my pain, slipping on what I thought was scattered rain when in reality it was a mixture of blood and tears. How can I stop my soul from dripping out of my unhealing wounds? I thought you were the tourniquet that would save me, but I should be saving myself. I just don't know how to anymore. That's NP.
Woo! That was beautiful. Everybody give it up. Tim was over here writing out the whole poem.
I see him now. I see the comments.
He really loved that. Let's all give it up for the hostess with the mostest, Miss J Rose, for sharing that truth with us. I think it's very important, that us as leaders in the community make it a point to speak that truth and allow that vulnerability. We all love you, Jay.
I love y'all too. I'm fine, guys. You know what? I feel like my testimony is just, hopefully it gives somebody the motivation, because if I told you guys where I was a year and a half ago, hospitalized, the darkness that I was in, and like to see where I am now, a lot of people, it's difficult for them to even like accept that I've gone through a tough situation,
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, what? You like, wait, what do you mean? Like, but yeah, so we've all have our story, and I'm although it was difficult, I'm grateful that I'm here to be able to share my story, because I hope somebody out there, who you are, so I know somebody needed it. So
Oh yeah, we all needed it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jay. That was the one and only J Rose speaking that truth. It's a beautiful thing to have a community. It's a beautiful thing to have a community in which you feel comfortable enough to share this depth with, and we love all of one another. I was gonna say we love you, Jay, but I said that 3 times, so
I love you too.
I tried to switch it up.
Is that poem where My Crumbled Thoughts is from? Because you open it with My Crumbled Thoughts.
No, I try to use my crumbled thoughts in a lot of my poetry to see if people catch it. Yeah, there's a few poems out there that has my crumbled thoughts in it. I try to see if people catch it.
Yeah, you guys see,
good here.
Jay is leaving little hints for all y'all. Y'all better take notes. So this is something we're learning, and Man, nothing rhymes with learning. I was like, we're learning and earning. We're learning and earning. All right, we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, with you.
We're gonna keep it moving and grooving. It's a beautiful evening in New York. I hope it's a beautiful evening by you. If not, I hope it's a beautiful evening in your living room or quarters, wherever that might be. We've got V Sings and Things on Diggity Deck, but coming to the mic right now. Let's give it up for returning back to the stage. He's a magician, he's a poet, he's many things. Let's give it up for the great Sigma.
Yay! He's got a magician's hat on. Yo, y'all better share this. Share this Facebook right now. We need this magician to be seen.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me back. Can everyone hear me all right?
Yes, you sound great.
Excellent.
Yeah, we
All
hear
right.
you.
Yeah.
Good, good. So I am going to try. I've never done this before. I built this. Hopefully you can see this little jar. There's a card in there. And it's going to come up in a little bit. I'm going to leave it right here so everyone can see it. And someone looks, sounds like they're unpacking a package in their mic.
Something.
All right. So I want to do, I've never used this before, so we're going to try and do this. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. So I have some cards, and I need a volunteer. And just somebody. So
I'll do it.
cool.
Do it. Woo!
This isn't a whole deck. It's just a bunch of cards I grabbed. They are all different. Hopefully you can see that. Just go ahead and name one. Anyone you want.
The Jack of Clubs.
Jack of Clubs. Okay, that's right there. All right, that's the one we're going to use. And if you were here, I would have you sign it, but you are not. So I am going to, what are your initials? I'll put your initials on the card and we'll put a time.
JR.
All right, we got
JR.
Got JR, and what else you want me to put on there? How about the time? We can go with the time or anything else?
8:35.
8:35. All right.
8:35.
Okay. I'm writing with a gigantic Sharpie, so.
I'm mad excited right now. I'm so excited.
Okay.
I wish you could see me.
Okay, it's right down there at the bottom. All right, so here's how this is going. I'm going to cap the Sharpie. And that is your Jack of Clubs right there. And we're going to take that Jack of Clubs. I'm going to put it inside my time machine. This is my time machine right here. Hopefully you can see inside of it. There's not a lot to see there. We're just going to take it and put it inside the time machine like that. And so I'm going to give it a little shake, and we're all going to say the magic word, which is Sigma, because that's my name. All right. 1, 2, 3. We all say the magic word.
Sigma.
All right.
They're
There we
all
go.
backstage.
All right. And there's no poof. There's no puff of smoke. There's no bang. It's just gone. The card is gone. It's gone. It hasn't disappeared. It's gone back in time. About a half an hour earlier before the show, where I took it and I put it inside this jar right here. So I'm going to take the lid off. All right, I'm going to take your card out. And we're going to unfold it.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Gets me every time.
There we go.
Tim is on, my boyfriend's over here in the corner like, what? What?
Yeah, it's the first time I've done that, so hopefully we'll get.
Wow.
How much time I got?
You have some time still. What did you want to do another trick or did you want to recite?
You have a poem for
I'll
us?
do a poem. I'm gonna switch hats here.
Yeah, we would love to hear a poem too. Let's all give it up for Sigma the magician transforming into Sigma the poet.
All right.
Hey! He a
We're,
writer. Okay? He a writer.
He's really good, yeah.
all right, we're all doing some heavy shit tonight, so I'm gonna do a little bit heavy shit. Yeah, we'll go with this one. There's a little my story for you. It's called Yellow Bottles. My life comes in little yellow bottles, 8 pages of instructions printed on one page, folded up small enough to be rubber banded to each one. Take with food, take on an empty stomach, take everywhere you go, because ceasing to will kill you. Some things are hard to take for granted when you know how easily they can disappear. Like smoke on the wind, slipping through my fingers. It's hard to enjoy something that can't be taken for granted, something defined by others, a life that comes in little yellow bottles. They say these bottles are child-proof. If this is true, then I was robbed of my childhood. I've been opening them since I was 5. They say these bottles are waterproof. If this is true, then tears are not water. They say these bottles are my life, but I find them empty more often than not. Shells of things that could have been, but will never be. Like dust, formed into the shape of something left on a shelf that ceased to exist out of loneliness. Yet somehow I have a multitude of these yellow bottles in closets and cupboards, boxes and pants pockets, because I couldn't survive one day without them. But I die just to live one day without them. Thank you.
Ooh.
Woo! That was beautiful. I love that.
That was good. You a writer. I told y'all he's a writer.
Wow.
Thank you.
Sigma, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming back. That was really powerful and kind of related but unrelated. That pump, my alarm did not go off for me to take my antidepressant tonight, and you just reminded me. So thank you for that. I know that wasn't.
Man. I tell you, the advent of smartphones, the alarms have like.
The alarms are trash. I've been missing calls all week.
How does it just turn off? It's an everyday alarm. How did it just not go off tonight? You know, I don't get it.
You just didn't hear it, girl. You just didn't hear it.
I was out having a grand old time. But Sigma, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you came back tonight, because I was actually on my walk with my boyfriend tonight. I was telling him all about you and saying how I hoped you came back and that you're a magician. And I'm here to see it, to believe it, and here you are.
See, he's a magician. His magic ears heard you, and he's like, "Oh, Leah wants to see me tonight."
The magic stretches far beyond just the scheduling. Thank you so much, Sigma. We appreciate you. You make sure you follow the Great Sigma everywhere at The Great Sigma, all one word, no spaces, The Great Sigma, CIGMA. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're going to keep it moving and grooving.
Yeah.
We've got our guy, AC Lightning, on Diggity Deck.
The graduate.
Coming to the mic right now. Let's give it up for B Sings and Things.
Hey!
Uh-oh. My
What's up? You good?
I can't hear it.
Unmute yourself. There you go.
okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so hi guys. I'm super excited to perform tonight.
Yes, this is your first time with us, right?
Yes, actually, it's my first time with you guys. I actually found you guys out through Treasure Lay. So thanks to her, I know about you guys.
Oh,
Hey,
we love Treasure.
Yeah, she's super nice and super chill. So is it okay if I sing a cover, or is that not okay because of copyright?
You could do a cover, yeah.
of course, yeah.
Okay, so I figured, okay, hold on. Okay, so the camera's fine. All right, so I figured I would do a cover. If I have time, then I'll do an original, but if I don't, I totally understand.
Let's get it.
Alrighty. Yeah. Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people think that the physical things define what's within, and I've been there before, but that life's a bore, so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah. Some people search for a fountain that promises forever young. Some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be with no one to share, no one who truly cares for me? Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah, yeah. If I ain't got you with me, baby. Oh, ooh, so nothing in this whole wide world don't mean a thing if I ain't got you with me, baby. Yeah.
Yo,
Okay.
I was watching Sharifa in the backstage singing along. I'm like, yo, I want a duet with both of them.
Oh, thank you.
It was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
That was so good.
Thank
So
you.
good. Did you want to do your cover?
Yeah.
Do you want to do your
No,
cover?
that was the cover.
Your original?
Oh, sure. Is it okay? Do I have time?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a short
I didn't
list.
get to hear all that one because YouTube
Y'all
didn't
getting
want me,
spoiled
so
tonight.
go
Y'all getting
for it.
spoiled
I want to
tonight.
hear it.
Okay,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. Okay, definitely. So this song is called Ungrateful. I wrote the lyrics, but my uncle produced the instrumental.
Hey, go ahead, Unc.
Okay. Look, right?
Ooh, girl, you messed up big time. Walking around with your new man. I saw him last weekend. Even though all the things you talk about, you still don't care. But I knew that from the start. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, trying to be ungrateful. But I know you're not all the way there. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, trying to be ungrateful. But I know you never gave me your all. Yeah, you gotta be in it to win it. No holding back on your feelings. Not just anybody gets my love. Oh, you need to earn it. Respect, I deserve it. And you're not living up to your promises. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, trying to be ungrateful. But I know you're not all the way there. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, trying to be ungrateful. But I know you never gave me your all. Oh, the only thing you told me was that I don't appreciate you. Oh, if only you could see everything I did for you, all I did for you. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, trying to be ungrateful. But I know you're not all the way there. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, trying to be ungrateful. But I know you never gave me your all. Ooh, ungrateful.
Yeah. Wow.
It's so velvety and beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you liked it. The music stopped in the middle, but I couldn't, I can't stop the
So
performance.
much go on.
You know what? It was just the right amount so that we could like kind of hear it in our heads, the music in the background, but we were able to hear your voice in all of its little crevices throughout the whole song, and it was so beautiful.
Can I ask you?
Oh, thank you.
Are you ever have you been influenced by like country music in your like growing up?
Actually, no. It's funny you say that. I have sung country before, but I didn't grow up listening to it though.
It gave me like this R&B and like soulful country like mesh. It was a whole vibe. I was fucking with it. I liked it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
It was like if Alanis Morissette and Alicia Keys had a baby, it would be you.
Oh, thank you.
No, for real, your voice is really pretty and your tone is really dope. I like it a lot. Keep
Yes.
singing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
better
so
stay and
much.
Stick around because Sharifa right here, she sings
Stick around
too.
and you listen to the other velvety voice.
Word.
Oh, yes, I will.
Yeah, out here. Yeah, out
Thank
here.
you
out
so
here.
much, Veronica. That was V Sings and Things. Make sure you follow her at V That Singer over there. All one word. Make sure you follow V. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Shout out to Treasure Lay for bringing us this wondrous
Facts.
Artiste. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving though. It is what, as Jay said in the performer chat, shorter but absolutely fire list so far, set list so far, and it's coming to the stage. So we got Ray and Chanel on Diggity Deck, but coming to the mic right now, let's give it up for our brother. He's with us every week since the get-go. Let's give it up for the 2020 graduate. The 2020 graduate.
Wow. Wow. I don't even know how to follow up that performance. Holy crap. That was dope. That was dope. Okay. Wow. So I was
Hold
told
on. Turn your AC. Turn your TV down.
That's not my TV.
Oh.
That is not my TV. Hold up. Hold up. Hopefully that should be better.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, so I was told we could do 2 poems. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Cause I'm gonna take you out of church on this one. So I'm gonna do these 2 poems. Both of them have a visual for them, meaning that I did a video for both of these poems. I'm a filmmaker, rapper. I'm gonna do some poetry for you guys tonight. I'm gonna start off with this one. Right about now, you can smell the aroma of the person who was once here. The man that used to be what we used to know, now just remnant of his former self. Pieces of what made this human being are falling like snowflakes. The Russian blood doesn't flow like liquid anymore. The well has run dry. The honeycomb has dripped his last drop of honey. Echo the sounds of the last guitar strings. Here we are today, ladies and gentlemen, as we lay to rest. Andre Cheek, January 19th, 2014. We give tribute to his man. And behold, a new person has come among us. Rose out of the water, new life like Lazarus, dripping with a new heartbeat. The same person who you knew by name, but he moves different. Shedding his skin after waking from his chrysalis, after being touched by the words of God. The winds have changed. Now the cycle of generational curses has been broken. Now his arrow points to a new rotation, causing a break on the horizon. Oh, funeral me, I hope you can hear me. I once remembered this old me. Now I enjoy this beautiful eulogy. There's a time to mourn, to be sad, to cry. God has shown me that even through death, there's always a new beginning. AC.
Yes.
That's how kind of different. That's how kind of different from your other stuff.
Poet.
It's funny because like I wrote that I think last year actually, and it was kind of different for like I just said for some of the stuff I've written. That was just like a random stuff that just came up. I was just like, all right, let's see how this goes. But yeah, that's just talk about changing and stuff like that because I feel like 2020 is an example that things happen for no reason and things happen like out of nowhere. But then also like with that comes that we all have to change, not only just with the times, but change as a person and people in general. So that poem just got published in this recent anthology that I'm in as well. I forgot to post up the picture, but that poem just got published last Saturday. So,
yes.
Shout out to Beautiful Minds Unite. They had like an anthology. It's called Volume Honey. Yeah, Volume Honey.
Yes, I heard about that.
I saw it on the gram.
We have a couple of our poets in there.
Yeah, Jada Poets in there. I see her.
Yeah. I peeped that.
I know Jessica's in it as well. So it's like quite a few people that's in there. So
congratulations.
Thank you. And it's funny that I say that because the poem that I'm about to do now, this poem actually got published in last year's first anthology by Beautiful Minds Unite. And this one also has a visual for it as well. I'll explain all of that afterwards. So, hold on. Sometimes being Christian isn't cracked up as it seems. When you say you believe in God, all of a sudden people point their guns at you. 60 round PMG, a stampede of bullets flying at you. You see, Jesus had 2 holes in his hands. After they see you, they have holes all over you. Sometimes you want to throw in the white flag. Life has you crumbling down to your knees. You hold on to your last little bit of hope. You don't want to choke on the words of faith you was given. Everybody on this walk watching you, waiting for you to fall. Folks take advantage of my kindness. Think that being meek means being weak. I may be a saved Christian, but that doesn't change that I watch wrestling. I still got a few moves up my sleeves. I'll come up after a rock bottom, hit you with a stunner. No Luigi board, but I triangle slam you to show you the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And just because I believe in God, that doesn't mean that the lion in me is far from dead. It's resting, just in case I gotta take any of my praise out. You look at it as cannibalism, I look at survival of the fittest. I will roar if I need be. I'll sting like a hornet if I feel like I'm cornered. Death or no one will no longer have that sting on me. And just because you're in a high position of authority, that doesn't mean that you're better than anybody. But what can I do when folks want to attack me before I believe? Because before, you say you love me. And now that I side with God, you want to act like you never knew me. I may be a youngster, but that won't change how I speak my mind. You may be older than me, but that doesn't mean I won't stand up to you. If older folks try to bring you down, stand your ground. Sometimes I want to call it quits. I feel weak, and I won't make it. But the Lord is my light and salvation. You need to cast all your cares onto him. But folks say I'm not good enough. You're fearfully and wonderfully made by God. But people want to attack me before I believe. If the world hated God, then it surely hate you. God never said that the weapon wouldn't form. It just won't prosper. Mercy and grace comes together like a sloppy wet kiss, powerful like chemical explosions. A wave of unconditional love engulfed the world like the wars of 1,000 oceans. They had it right. I'll never know how much it really costs to see all my sins hung up on that cross. Y'all talk about being real when the realest thing I know is the love that he's showing me. Regardless of what happened, what I've been through, I'm still forgiven. Why? Because 1 cross plus 3 nails equals 4 given. Basically.
Hey, come through, poets.
Yeah.
Yes, go off.
That was beautiful.
I have not done that poem. I did it yesterday for another open mic, but I have not done that poem in about 3 months. So I'm kind of glad I did that. And
That's always a great feeling.
Yeah, I like that. That was dope. That was really dope, AC.
And I don't think I performed either of those poems.
No, they're both new.
I think they were new. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what. Yeah, you know, right? Like, but honestly, like I feel like because people think that I'm a Christian, they think that everything's all rainbows and lollipop and perfect and stuff like that. And honestly, like I don't believe none of that nonsense because I still go through some stuff. And like even if I do follow God or I believe in God and stuff like that, like I still go through some stuff and it's still not easy, but I still rely on Him for strength and stuff like that. And I just want people to see that. So
yes,
of course.
All right.
I feel that. That was our guy AC. Make sure you follow AC everywhere at the AC Lightning. No G with an underscore. Thank you, AC. We love having you here as always.
Yeah.
AC's been with us from the
Day one.
Yes, and we love our new.
Wait, AC's been around since before day one because he was coming through. He was coming through to the live events too. So don't think they.
I never met him in actual real life person.
I've seen you in person, Leah. I've seen you in person.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I be drinking during shows, so I'm not gonna lie to you that it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
No, hey,
I seen it.
Jay, you're not supposed to agree with me, girl. All right. That was our guy AC. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving. We've had heavy hitters thus far. It's looking like it's a lessened night, but a heavy hitter night nonetheless. We've had nothing but hot fire flames thus far.
Yo.
We've had singers, poets, magicians, and those alike. We've got our girl Sharifa on deck, but coming to the mic right now. Put your virtual and your real palms together for Rayanne Chanel.
Yay! Hey, boo.
Girl. Rayanne, you hear us, Ma?
Rayanne, where you at? She's chilling.
Rayanne, we see you, girl. We talking to you, girl.
Are you on the phone?
It's on mute. Yeah, hon.
Unmute yourself, boo.
Oh,
Oh,
There we go.
there
there
that
she
looks good.
is. Hey.
There we go.
Hey, girl.
No, right?
Hello.
Okay, y'all can hear me.
Yes, we hear you.
Yes, we can.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We good. We glad to see you.
Okay, so I'm gonna be good. Okay, so I'm gonna be hosting an open mic on the 28th.
Yay.
If you guys want
Where?
to come
Where?
visit me at theforever7.com, the number 7 embedded. Okay, here's my poem. Black Sheep, Dark Room. It's a snippet of that. It's gonna be virtually, so it's gonna be on Skype on the 28th. It seems delayed. I think you're getting my response delayed, but I am responding.
Got you.
Did you hear me? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do this poem in the chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If not, I'll just be super animated and give you guys movement today. Okay? All right. Black Sheep, a snippet of that. I gave my body up enough. Don't want to be touched. Carefully I can be handled. Just don't try and dismantle this castle. I will embrace the pain, long days, love, and fate. My word is bond. I'm quite specific. You should sit down with me and listen. You only like me because I'm a sponge. I'm clumsy, sometimes funny. In all seriousness, if you die and I'm still alive, I will take your last breath and best advice. Give our breath to the next living life. Whoever you had, she doesn't exist. I am Rayanne. Don't get caught in past tense. Call me when you need me. I even got a deed for the enemy. Don't abuse me. Use me. Don't misuse me. Life deserves to be worked out. I will break you down to build you up with these words. Use my knowledge to hit you where it hurts. I will challenge you, but I will not battle you. I know how to handle you. Who am I? I'm a black sheep cultivated in cotton. Watch your mouth. I haven't forgotten who picked the cotton. And when I go, don't sit me next to Granny JoJo. Take all that I have left. Take the collections that I have taken. Take this breath. Until then, I will breathe down your throat and save your life with my cigarette breath. I am never discouraged. In tune with myself, sometimes I need a good cry. All I got is faith, energy, strength, and courage. Not one tough bone in my body, I cannot lie. I suppose I'm natural. I dress comfortable. I'm tired of being called beautiful. I am your friend. Call me who I work for. I am Rayanne. Thank you guys. I was Black Sheep, Dark Room.
Yo.
That was so
Very
good.
nice.
That was dope. That was fire. That
I
was
love
fire.
your delivery, girl.
I don't know what's going on.
She's like waiting.
The delay still.
Streaming.
It's
So
still
it's looking like the Rayanne show right now.
She's just looking at herself for hours.
That was it.
We could hear you, girl. We heard you. We saw you. All that shit. Okay, all that. We lost her. I think her maybe her Wi-Fi was acting up. You know,
The weef wasn't letting her be great.
yo, the Wi-Fi let her be great, but she didn't know she was being great.
That was our girl, Ray, and she killed that shit. We killed that
Yo, make sure y'all follow. So Ray Ann doesn't have social media. She found us through like Eventbrite or some like weird shit like that. So she has a website though. It's theforever7.com. So make sure that you go check out her websites, put it in your bookmark or whatever. Maybe she has a subscriber list that you can sign up for because she is doing a virtual open mic, and I'm really interested in. I'm gonna try to make that.
I want to hear more information on that. And
Yeah, make sure. She's so
I wanna be-
mysterious. I
wanna
want to
be
know
part of that
more.
for sure.
the Wi-Fi is keeping her that much more mysterious.
Facts.
We're gonna keep it moving and grooving though. We've got Corey Riots on deck. I got my personal ad-libber in the back repeating everything today. But we got Corey Riots on deck. Previously known as Corey Riots. But coming to the mic right now, let's give it up for our girl. She's gonna soothe us with that angelic sounds of those vocal cords of hers. Let's give it up for Sharifa.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good. I need sound effects. Like I need to get on it.
You gotta get on them sound effects, Jay.
Any DJs watching, please send me some sound effects.
Yes, get her the sound effects ASAP. ASAP. So I'm gonna sing a song tonight. I wrote it and released it like 5 years ago in 2015. It's called A Time Such as This, but it talks about a lot of the stuff that's happening right now. And it's kind of crazy because, you know, I've heard before that poets are also prophets. It's crazy. And so when you're in your zone, you know, you will see things and speak things that haven't manifested yet. But that's part of the gift. And so I don't like that some of the things that I've written about, you know, that all of us, I think AC was also actually talking about this too. You know, he's written pieces, you know, from last year and it's relevant this year. You know, the times that we're living in right now, it's not a time that we want to have to see come to fruition, but it is. And so it's just kind of a relevant piece. So I thought I'd share it with y'all tonight. So let me know if you can hear the music and stuff okay in the background. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah. You could put a little bit higher.
So much pain in the world today. All of our youth keep passing away. Shot by a gun, but the bullet is hate. Innocent lives taken away. Subliminal messages on the TV screen. Babies too young to know what it means. Enemies that in the place now can clear. Close your mind, who shall I feel? I'm ready to fight for the kingdom with the angels. You've been preparing me to take back everything the enemy has done. He can't have it, he won't win this time. You prepare my mind for a time such as this. Time such as this. Darkness rules the nation through denomination. Politicians only Christian, we're in delegation. Took your name out of everything holy. Still crucify you when you hang from a cold peace. Lord, it's getting ridiculous. Church filled with so many hypocrites. It's time for your children to rise up and let the devil know that it's time's up. We're ready to fight for the kingdom with vengeance. You've been preparing me to take back everything the enemy has stolen. He can't have it, he won't win this time. You prepare our hearts and Times such as these, Lord, send me and I'll go. Lead and I will follow. Yes, I know it's time to stand for what is right. Ooh, like Michigan and his brothers, we walking through the fire. We are on a victory because never you and I are. Ooh, devil, you and I are. Whoa, I'm standing. Love front line. I'm fighting for you, Lord. Prepare me for such a time. Lord, prepare me for such a time. Call me, oh, I'm ready. Prepare me for the time. Ooh, ooh, let our hearts be led up to you. Oh,
Oh my God.
Yo,
Yes.
yo.
I was vibing.
Yo, I hope that song is
Tim
out.
and
I hope
I
that's
feel
out.
like, hey.
Yo, the two of them were dancing backstage together. I'm like watching them in the little box. I'm like,
Girl, that was beautiful. Thank you for blessing us as always. What's the name of that one?
It's called A Time Such as This.
a time such as this. Love it, love it, love it. Sharifa is the bomb, and y'all better come back because we got something special that we gonna bring in October, and Sharifa's gonna be in it. So y'all better come back. Come back.
Yes. Thank you, Sharifa girl. Make sure you follow her everywhere, not air or in the air, whatever you prefer to do it. How you prefer to do it. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving. We have another performer coming to the mic right now. It has been an absolutely blissful night thus far. It really reminded me of some of my favorite nights with the Inspired Word. Because we did it, the Inspired Word had shows every Mondays and Tuesdays. That's the organization that I produce for in the city. And because we had it every Monday and Tuesdays, there were days where there weren't many people, because that's what happens when you have something that's consistent. People come and go. And some of the most amazing nights, the most iconic nights, were always the nights where it was a smaller group, but it just gets more intimate, and it feels like you can hear one another really well. So thank you all for being with us tonight. We're going to have the one and only. His name is not Corey Riot. His name is Corey Riot.
Yes, we missed you. What's good, Corey? Did he mute himself? Unmute yourself. Oh, there you go. You're good.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Nah, I miss y'all too. I was working all the time. Every time I tried to sneak away and shit, it was just like, nah, I can't do it.
Yo, they was on it.
I was trying to sneak off and shit. Then I get a text from supervisor. I'm like, all right. I was just like, fuck it, man. Like, all right. But yeah, so do you remember that piece I did before called Fear of God?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so now of course, in that piece I told you that my mother was Christian, my father was Muslim. I identify as Muslim. So I had to write like the same thing of that, but from an Islamic standpoint.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so I had to do the other side of the coin, basically. So this piece is called Jihad.
Ooh.
Fire.
You know, they say the word jihad in Islam means struggle or fight against your enemies, Satan, or troubles with life that make you feel like God don't hear you when you call, when you're losing internal battles to those mirrors on the wall. Shit, in fact, my bedroom walls make me feel like I'm trapped in a prison where I'm surrounded by the people I haven't forgiven. And I was not prepared to battle with those bullies. And none of them have faces. It's just shadows under hoodies. And I fought with them so much, I reached a point where it just feels right to go to war with anyone who mimics them in real life. I walk along the edge, tripping over my shoestrings, and I stay high all day to help me balance out my mood swings. I keep thinking that any day could be the last day. I wake up reaching for the clip that's in the ashtray. Does God send thunderstorms to alarm us of the bad days, or were they sent to come to clear the pathway? I'm in need of some answers, because sometimes I want to head for the fences, because I don't know if he's pushing me towards the edge or an entrance. I beg for repentance while dwelling on the lessons that I've learned, as the aggression in me burns because of questions and concerns. Even though I quit drinking, it's been real hard to keep my sanity. I feel like a fucking car that has no antifreeze. I'm trying to be a man of peace, but all my temper ever did was fuel the fire that made me challenge law enforcement and my supervisors. I bump heads with those who wish to confront me, but that leads to bunk beds in the cell I share with my bunkie. I pray the most merciful intervenes anytime a coward makes me choose between my higher power and my firepower. I trade my anger for passiveness, but it's so intense because I don't understand happiness. All I know is strength. I'm so conflicted by the churches and the masjid, hoping God will judge me by my heart and take me as is. My only way is to, I'm sorry. So I do my best to unlearn all my ways that are toxic, stay on my deen, trying to follow the ways of the prophet. In a country that depicts my faith as hostile, like Allah is not the same God from the Torah or the Gospels, almost as if to say the sacred principles of Islam were found in the debris of an explosion from a big bomb. The wall of ignorance is oozing with fear. The word terrorist comes to mind when they see kufis and beards, but I pray for them. As a Muslim, I try not to transgress, but I use rage as a rebuttal towards another man's threats. I'm trying to do my damn best to come to terms with all my grievances, but Satan in the corner taking note of all my weaknesses. Talking shit like, nigga, I wish you the best of luck. Since I can't kill you, I'll be sure to help you self-destruct. The mosque won't stop me from crossing your path, and Sunday service always been my favorite party to crash. So tell me, are you upset because I infiltrate your consciousness, or are you mad with God because he doesn't put a stop to this? Don't it just be like he's failing you? Be honest. It ain't like he's available for comment. I'll derail you from his promise. You just better have your weapon in place for the moment that I reveal to you that heaven is fake. And what's with all this bullshit I heard about you quit drinking? Ain't think I found out? You ain't think I would get even? I tear you down until you're broken again. And I'm going to drown you in that bottle. Boy, I hope you can swim. You can call on God all you want out here acting like you had enough. Nigga, you going to die with your lips around the plastic cup. And I see the ice cubes quickly melting inside of it, and the bottom of that cup starts to turn into a fire pit. So I spend my borrowed time fighting with the flesh, waiting to see the day the sun rises in the west. That's when they say Allah will come for judgment, and we all will witness. Where man runs out of second chances and exhausts forgiveness. So before I face the cause of my demise, I'm trying to clear the fog around my eyes, confronting God and asking why. All this pain and shit that's kept restraints on wrists, and I can't lie. It feels like chains and whips that hell enslaves me with. When I've tried to just change the script, all the pages ripped, stuck inside this big strange abyss where all my rage exists. And he replied, you are saved from this by my angel's grip. I provide you with ways through this constant craziness. I'm nearby when those major risks look so dangerous. Just comply. You must claim this gift you reach strangers with. Utilize our relationship, worship, pray, repent, and when you die, you remain at bliss. And I grabbed the handkerchief and I just cried. Because the word jihad in Islam means struggle or fight against your enemies, Satan, or troubles with life that make you feel like God don't hear you when you call, when you're losing internal battles to those mirrors on the wall. And all I ever wanted was the peace and the quiet. And so I write with hopes that it will bring a cease to the riot. That's it.
Yeesh.
That was awesome,
I
man.
appreciate
That was
that.
quite the riot, Mr. Riot.
Sorry for the stumble.
I missed you, Corey.
Definitely. I ain't performed like nowhere mad long. I'm like, shit.
Damn.
Thank you for blessing us, Mr. Corey. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yes. Please make sure y'all follow him on IG
Definitely.
and all that good
Make
stuff.
sure you follow him. Thank you all for being with us this evening. We appreciate you so much for taking the magical journey that is Virtual Voices with us every Friday night, 8 p.m. live from your living room. It's Leah B in the place of B and J Rose, because you already know.
She gotta say it for me because I fuck it up. She gotta say it.
It's a dynamic duo, partners in creative crime, as she likes to say. We all
Wait, hold on. Because we have a short night, I actually didn't get a chance to give a moment of shout out to one of our sponsors. So we actually got to play a little commercial because we got some bills to pay. Not bad. So let's hold on and pay these bills.
Yeah.
B-A-D-A, I rip every day, make it look so easy.
From the artist that brought you the debut solo album Gemini comes a new EP. Jay Bada presents his sophomore solo project titled Indian Summer, The Prologue. Written and produced during one of the most unique and impactful years of our existence, 2020. Check out this EP full of good intentions, positive lyrics, and a unique flow. Listen from your favorite streaming platform today. For more music from Jay Bada, follow him on IG at Jay Bada Music.
There we go.
And for anybody who needs any type of graphic, visual, or advertisement needs, make sure you hit up our girl Jay. And she'll hook it up. Thank you all for being with us here. In. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, it's gonna be a short night. We had a short sign up list tonight, but it was freaking killer. I think this might have been one of the most fire virtual voices, because it was so like concentrated, like fire. It was really, really dope. But it's been a long week. It's been a long journey. We've been doing this for 6 months, and it's exhausting. So we're like, you know what? Let's just do one round, short list. We're gonna end it early tonight and try to recuperate ourselves mentally and emotionally and physically, because I am tired. Listen, guys.
Yeah, we all need a little recharge. Our girl Jay is working on like a million things at one time.
You see this white hair? There's a white hair in here somewhere. It's in there.
Girl, you got white hair. If we sit here and try to look for your white hairs, we're gonna be here till 11 o'clock.
They in there. I'm tired. The girl is tired.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Thank you so much for being with us here. We'll see you next Friday, 8 p.m.
Love y'all. Keep growing.
We got, y'all.